But if you keep all the knowledge, you'll always be the one with the knowledge. And, as David Marquet said, if you keep all the knowledge to yourself, you'll never go home. You won't have time to go home and eat dinner. So you don't want to do that. So share
Decision to the
the knowledge.
decision to the people who know the knowledge. You have to push down the decision down
Push down,
to the
yeah. Share
push
the
down.
knowledge. Push down the decision to them. One of my things that I say all the time to my clients is, you are a leader. You are not a monkey collector. Do not collect monkeys and put them on your back. Doesn't help you become a great leader. You all know what I mean by monkey collector, right? So if somebody else has a task and I say, oh, yeah, Rod, I'll take care of that. I've just taken that monkey off of Rod's back and put it on my back. And if I keep doing that because I'm the expert, I'm the only one who knows, all of a sudden I'm walking like this and I can't walk straight and I'm exhausted because all the monkeys are on my back. I am not a monkey collector. I'm a leader. You've heard the saying, now my circus, now my monkey. So don't be a monkey collector. Great
Thank you.
comment, though. Thank you. Other questions or comments? So I will also share with you my contact information. This will be in the PDF that I will send to Anu. Like I was telling Alola, and I think Marcelo recognized this. That picture and what I look like now is very different. And as Marcelo said, that is not his COVID beard. This is my COVID hair. This is 2020. Hair grown from that picture to what I look like now. So
Hey, I know. I have a question about the monkey collector.
yes.
So what happens if trying to be a monkey collector, you're actually trying to help a team member? Or in the space where you are, you have to be able to try to be a monkey collector sometimes so that things will work. So how do you navigate, or how do you go about that?
So I will challenge that. I don't think there's any space anywhere that you need to be a monkey collector to get the job done. You as
Okay.
a leader, that is, right? You as a
Yeah.
leader.
Okay. Okay.
As a team member, yes, team member, you are the monkey person, so you're going to collect your monkeys. We all have it. But as a team lead or organization leader, there is nothing for you to do to collect monkeys. The only monkey on your back is the growth of your people. That's it. So if somebody comes and says, so I used to do this back when, right? But people would come to me and say, hey, can I ask you a question? How do I do this? I would start explaining that. I say, you know what? Hang on, I'll just take care of it myself. Monkeys
Okay.
on my back. Because this is faster, this is quicker, and this is less painful for me. Instead of saying, hey, Goodwin, okay, let's see, you want to learn this. Let's spend some time. I'm going to spend an hour teaching you instead of doing it in 5 minutes. So now by teaching you, I've kept the monkey on your back. Now you own it. You have accountability. You have psychological ownership. You have skin in the game. How do you do that as a leader? It takes time. It's easier to just do it yourself. Trust me, I'm a before I found authentic leadership, I was a fixer, I was a doer. The number of times people have told me, can you stop doing things for me? I just wanted you to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there's another
Cool.
question. Alberto?
Yeah, good evening. This is Alberto from Nigeria.
Yes.
So I first and foremost, thank for the beautiful presentation. That was very, very authentic in itself.
Thank you.
So my challenge here is from this part of the world, the power distance seems to be a little bit wide. Okay, so you are in an organization and you're trying to, the organization preaches, let's encourage psychological safety. Now you have, I don't like the word boss, but you have a senior leader.
Yeah.
And the guy doesn't really allow you to express yourself because you are fearing, oh, performance review will come. This guy will use what I've said because I challenge him somehow because I'm trying to express myself. How do you manage this kind of situation or scenario so that you don't, you want promotion, you want a pay rise, you know, you want all the good things in life, right?
Yep.
So, and this guy is the guy to appraise you. How do you go about it?
That's a hard one. That's a very hard one, and I would do it very, very carefully so that you don't get fired. Um, I think there are, and it's not just in Africa, by the way, it's everywhere, including the US. Organizational culture is just not where it needs to be. We have leaders in organizations everywhere that are creating such a toxic culture where you keep your mouth shut. Your core values are saying, say something, but you're scared of performance appraisals, so you keep your mouth shut, and then you feel unhappy with yourself and you're not true to yourself anymore. But you still need the job because that job is what is paying bills. And now it becomes a vicious negative cycle. And very soon it just makes you so unhappy. So that is all everywhere. I will say it's very hard to shift organizational culture, right? There are techniques that you can learn to coach up, right? These are similar to general coaching techniques, but we use some of these skills and techniques to coach up. How do you coach your manager or your leader without them getting so annoyed with you that you don't get your promotion or your raise? So there are techniques that you can use, and there are so many ways. They will all not work all the time, right? So you have to have enough awareness. You have to have enough situational and social awareness to say, oh, this is a good time for me to show him or her the impact of what they're making me do. Organization culture, if it doesn't start at the very top, if you are trying to coach the culture, you got to start one person at a time. If in your organization you have a couple of people who think similarly like you do, maybe you set up a lunch and learn for people to come in and understand what organization culture should be for an agile organization to succeed. There are lots of things you can do to slowly impact it. Again, it's a slow journey. There is no direct way of doing anything there, unfortunately. It
So
all is a slow journey there.
if you don't mind, I
Thank you
can
very
help.
much.
I can help in a couple of advices here in this topic.
Good.
Of, I think being polite and firm in your approach. Number two is scenario-based coaching up. So you don't need to kind of directly hit what's happening, but tell him about from your experience in different places and how this played out. So show them by it's like a show and tell kind of scenario how that's work. I'll give an example. When we started our safe journey in Verizon, and we had a command and control culture, we used the decentralized decision making template worksheet where, and we took our manager, our director at that time, to go and see, okay, what kind of decisions she can make, what kind of decisions she has to kind of decentralize to her team. And of
Mm,
course, after 2 hours of exercise, she said, "Just throw it up. I'm going to do whatever I always do." But this was it's a like a starter to talk about this conversation starter, to talk about this topic, and to educate her and to start her in this journey. So the important thing is to see where they are and take them in the journey. And I think what Anu really hit and very good is that a lot of time we want to bring people up without seeing where they are in the journey. It's very important to recognize where they are and take them in this journey that they are. It's not like a one-way approach.
great point. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Other comments or
Yeah, I have something similar to that question.
yes, Tony.
Yeah, Tony is my name. Actually, like if you are in a team, you just come to work with a team, heading a team, and maybe there are some people there in that team. This is a life scenario, something that happened, and then probably they're a little bit, one or two of them are a little bit aggrieved that, oh, we've been in this thing for long, and then maybe we've been here before you, and then maybe somehow I should have been in this place and not you, and probably looking for every opportunity to bring you down,
Mm,
every of your words down, and every attempt to be able to reach with them personally or individually is not this. It's like they're not just there, they don't want to listen, they just want to make sure that every of your effort comes down. Now, as a leader, how can you handle this?
so are these people reporting to you or are
Yeah,
you here?
they work in the same, they're in your team, they're in your team, all right,
Yes.
but they have a say. They have, let's just say now, in a scrum team, the development, they they have a lot of things they do that will impact you. They can decide not to do the work, and you are the one that needs to give the report.
Mm, ah, so they are peers who are not showing up. Oh man, and somebody said it happens all the time. Um, somebody on the chat window, somebody said, "Oh yeah, that happens all the time." Does that happen to others as well?
And I recommend the working agreement tool. It works wonder.
Good.
Working agreement tools. You can bring people together if they hold each other accountable to what works for each other.
Yeah.
You write an agreement, a working agreement, you facilitate it, and you stick to it, and you remind each other to be accountable, that we go back to it if we do not, I mean, we don't work. It will really shorten this time of forming, storming, and norming of
Yeah.
a team, for sure.
Absolutely. Great, great, great suggestion, Rod. Working agreements are a great point. This is where I start looking at a scrum master to step in or step up to see how they can coach this dysfunctional team. So there is a book called The Five Dysfunctions of a Team by an author called Patrick Lencioni. That's a great book to use in this scenario. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Five dysfunctional.
five dysfunctions of a team.
Okay.
Um, what I'll do is I'll see if I can add that in
Yes,
my
that'll be
slide
good.
on the books, and you'll have a picture of that as well.
That'll be good.
I found that book to be immensely helpful as I'm trying to coach teams to work with each other collectively and not fight with each other. And yeah, and as Rod said, the working agreements, helping them through the forming, storming is key to what you're talking about.
Hi.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello. So I just wanted to also point out that sometimes we also want to make sure that some of these perceptions are not what we're thinking ourselves. Uh, because I used to feel, the way Tony described at some point until I read Carol Dweck's Mindset.
Ah, yes.
That yeah, until I read that, I it helped me to look more internally. So it's possible that I'm the one perceiving my colleagues as uh, being or acting in a certain type of way,
Mm-hmm.
whereas most of the work needs to be internal. And I think that fits into what you described earlier about understanding ourselves,
Yeah,
building ourselves up as leaders, conquering ourselves. The Plato quote you put
Mm.
forward
yeah,
earlier. Conquering ourselves first before we begin to look at the external, what might be the external cause of some of the challenges we're facing at work. Thanks.
great point. Great point.
That's good.
There's another book that I will throw in here in the mix. It's called Tribes by Seth Godin. I'll add the picture of that as well. Again, another great book of, as Daniel was just talking about, how do you see yourself and how do you see others, intention, impact, how, How are you looking at others? Are you looking at them with the same lens that you look at yourself? Or do you have rosy colored lenses for yourself and clear glasses for others? How do you do that? So great point to be brought up there by Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Other questions or comments? Self retro, yes. Jane, thank you. I strongly believe everyone should do a retro. I actually have a um, I actually have a leadership journal that I've created that I use on a weekly basis, which does a weekly retro, and I do that with my accountability partner. So she writes out her retro, I write out my retro, and we talk to each other. We meet every single week, and we're not allowed to cancel it unless you're in the hospital. Even if you're on vacation, you dial into this call. This call may not be mixed up with anything else we want to talk about, worked on. This is purely accountability partner weekly retrospective.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And I'm actually in the process of updating the journal I created. And once I have it, I can send out a link to others too. It's a very simple retro, but yeah. Other comments or questions?
I have a question. Just my name is Fairnaz. I want to know, like, as a new leader, I'm actually recently thinking of changing my career path from HR to technical project management. So, in order to become a new leader of the team, what will be your suggestions?
Ooh, oh my God. I have 500 books for you to read. I have 2,500 articles for you to read. There's a lot. So, what I would ask you instead is, what are you hoping to be?
I want to lead the team, just not to because I want to, give them directions all the time, but I want to inspire them and make sure that we are all on the same page and moving forward, like
What,
having good communication.
what do you want for you? Not,
Oh, for me.
yeah.
That's a good
As a
question.
leader, as a leader, what do you want to be for you?
mm. uh, I want to, I mean, as a person, I feel like I am a person who is a good communicator, but I need to actually work on the best level of communication.
Hmm.
So yeah, this is something I'm actually struggling with, to be honest.
Yeah. So why is that
Hmm.
communication so important to you, Faranas?
I'm sorry.
Why is that why is that clarity on communication so important to you?
I think it's because what I've heard so far, to be a good leader, you need to kind of understand what's really happening, not only on your end, but also what others are going through, being empathetic.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I have heard so far. So, I don't know. I'm
So,
not sure.
so
Yeah.
remember,
Mm-hmm.
authenticity is you need to make this your own.
Okay.
So Daniel might communicate in a completely different way, and even though he's amazing leader, that communication
Yeah.
style may suck for you.
Mm-hmm.
So first and foremost, figure out who you are,
Okay.
what you want to be, and then
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, so who are some other leaders around me who I admire, who I'm like them? You know, maybe you reach out to Tony because Tony's leadership style is exactly what is connected to yours. And then you start figuring out, so what do I
Mm-hmm.
need to do to become better?
Okay.
Because generally speaking, leadership, there are so many nuances of it. So, but
Mm-hmm.
figure out yourself. My recommendation would be start with the map of you.
Okay.
You know, first figure out what you've been through, what's your past, where you are now, where you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
there are, I mean, there are 500 billion leadership assessments. Don't take any one of them. Don't, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
If you are able to find yourself a coach,
Mm-hmm.
a leadership coach is somebody who can really help tease out who you need to be and what you need to do to get there.
Okay.
For me, that would be the couple of things. Just understand yourself. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
read a few books, like the Authentic Leadership book is good. Brene Brown's books are good. Dare to Lead.
Okay.
And figure out what you need to be for you
Okay.
to be happy as a leader.
Okay. I get your point.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. All right, seems like we are good. Other questions, anyone? Well, thank you so much for listening to me, my journey, and my passion. I hope this has inspired something in at least one of you, and I'll take that as a win. Um, for me, every time I talk about authentic leadership, or like the question Farhanaz just asked me, that's my wheelhouse. That's the kind of work I do with clients, right? Helping them become great leaders. So I am so grateful to Anu and Agile Africa for um, giving me an opportunity to talk again about my passion. Thank you very much for being here today, and connect with me on LinkedIn. I will send out my PDF slides as a PDF to Anu, and thank you very much for being here. Lola,
All
back to
right. Thank you so much, Anu Smalley. Great presentation. We appreciate you. I also want to thank our audience. Thank you for coming here, to support us and Anu's presentation. We do have a next event, and I'm going to share my screen real quick to give you that information. So on behalf of Anu, we want to thank everybody so much for being here today. Let's see, disable screen. Oh, did I disable the screen sharing? Okay, somebody disabled the screen sharing. Let me see.
You're back to be the host. If you're the host, you can share it.
did I do something I shouldn't have done?
I'm not sure.
Try now. Try now.
Okay, perfect. It's working now. Thank you.
Didn't
So
mean
we
to
have
check
an
it.
upcoming event, which would be on the 9th of April. It would be from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for folks in, I think this is Nigeria time, WAT, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Their time. So the speaker would be, I think is George or Jorge Luis Castro Toribio. And the topic will be on what would you do? I believe that's what it is. I apologize. A coaching strategy from a $1 trillion coach book. And so hopefully we hope to see everyone there. Again, thank you so much. And if you all want to connect, these are the platforms that Africa Agility have their presence on. So please kindly connect with us through our social media platforms. Again, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you very much, Lola, and have a great day. Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Lola. Great facilitation. Good seeing
All
Thank
you.
right,
you,
thank
Coach
you, guys.
Anu.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Lola,
all.
for
Bye.
good facilitation.
Thank you for having us. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day too.
Bye.
Bye.
Lola, thank you for the facilitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lola.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Great job. But
Thank
you
you.
should not forget W80 next time, please. Afagebo Lola.
Yeah, so please forgive me.
I'm bad.
That's because,
Brother, we will say it as it is now. Applicable or not. It's
well,
about to forget WAT.
well, see,
After
that's
what?
it.
What? It's not what, it's what.
I'm bad. You will not change. You're the same person every day.
We'll give God the glory.
All right.
Why is Kuchanu not talking here?
How is
Has he
Nigeria?
kidnapped?
All right.
Lola,
Guys, it's 1 o'clock, and so I'm going to pause here and log off. I don't know if that's going to disconnect everyone, but I want to
Yes.
thank you all so much.
bye.
Bye.